the shocking truth behind Ford's 427 engine. Ford created the 427, a high-performance engine built to dominate Chrysler's unstoppable Hemi. Developed in just 90 days, it was packed with cutting-edge technology that had never been seen before. But just as Ford prepared to unleash their masterpiece, NASCAR threw down the hammer and banned it outright. Why was this engine considered too advanced? How did it go on to become a drag racing legend? And why is the 427 still celebrated as one of the most important engines in history? Stick around, because this story will change the way you think about American automotive innovation. The creation of the 90-day wonder. In the high-stakes world of 1960s motorsports, where victory meant everything, Ford engineers pulled off an unprecedented feat, creating a groundbreaking engine in just 90 days. The story begins in 1964, a pivotal year in American racing history. At the time, Chrysler's 426 Hemi was dominating NASCAR, shattering speed records and winning races in spectacular fashion. Richard Petty's victory at the Daytona 500 cemented the Hemi's reputation as the ultimate power plant. Ford's pride and competitive spirit were on the line. Henry Ford II, along with his team of engineers, knew they needed a bold response and fast. The challenge was immense. Chrysler's Hemi had set a benchmark that seemed almost impossible to meet, let alone exceed. But Ford's engineers weren't about to back down. Given a tight, seemingly impossible 90-day deadline, they set out to create an engine that could rival the Hemi's power, durability, and speed. What emerged from this effort was the Ford 427, quickly nicknamed the 90-day wonder. It was a triumph of engineering and determination, born out of necessity and a desire to reclaim Ford's dominance on the track. This wasn't just a simple modification of an existing engine. The creation of the 427 wasn't just about innovation, it was about precision. Ford's engineers meticulously tested various configurations, refining the airflow and balancing performance with reliability to ensure the engine wouldn't just compete, but endure the grueling conditions of motorsport. The 90-day wonder wasn't just a nickname, it was a badge of honor, a testament to Ford's ingenuity and determination to compete with the very best. With their engineering masterpiece complete, Ford now faced an even greater challenge, proving their creation could stand up to Chrysler's Hemi on the track. Why Ford needed a Hemi killer. In the battle for racing supremacy, the Chrysler Hemi wasn't just a rival, it was a game changer that forced Ford's hand. The Chrysler 426 Hemi's dominance wasn't just technical, it reshaped how automakers viewed competition. For Ford, creating the 427 wasn't simply a challenge to Chrysler, it was a declaration that American engineering could break through barriers in power, design, and efficiency. The results were immediate and undeniable. At the Daytona 500, Chrysler's Hemi-powered cars left the competition in the dust. Richard Petty's dominant victory not only showcased the engine's capabilities, but also solidified Chrysler's position at the top of the NASCAR hierarchy. Ford, long a force to be reckoned with in motorsports, suddenly found themselves playing catch-up. Ford knew the 427 wasn't just about winning races, it was about inspiring brand loyalty. The company envisioned every victory on the track translating to showroom sales, creating a direct link between their engineering prowess and the everyday driver. This is why Ford's leadership put the full weight of their engineering might behind the 427 project. The goal wasn't merely to compete, it was to win, to reclaim the top spot in NASCAR, and to restore the Ford badge to its rightful place as a symbol of power, speed, and innovation. The Hemi may have fired the first shot, but Ford was determined to deliver a knockout punch with their newly developed 427. With the stakes higher than ever, Ford's engineers knew they couldn't rely on traditional methods. They needed innovation that would set them apart. Innovative engineering, the overhead cam design. When traditional engineering couldn't cut it, Ford decided to break the mold with a radical overhead camshaft design. To challenge Chrysler's Hemi, Ford engineers knew they needed more than just raw power. They needed an engine that could handle the intense demands of high-speed racing. That meant pushing beyond the pushrod engines that had dominated American V8 design for decades. Their solution? A single overhead camshaft configuration, a bold and unconventional move at the time. This new design wasn't just about increasing horsepower, it was about revolutionizing how power was delivered. The overhead camshaft allowed the engine to rev higher and produce more consistent power at extreme speeds. It also provided a smoother, more efficient valve operation, reducing stress on the engine's internals and improving reliability, an essential factor for the grueling conditions of NASCAR racing. One of the 427's standout innovations was the synergy between the overhead camshaft design and its advanced oiling system. This combination allowed for precise lubrication at high RPMs, reducing wear and tear and ensuring the engine maintained peak performance under extreme conditions. The advanced camshaft configuration wasn't just about achieving higher RPMs, it reflected Ford's ability to merge innovation with practicality, ensuring the engine could perform consistently across a range of racing formats. These technical advancements set the 427 apart from its predecessors and competitors. It wasn't just a response to the Hemi, it was a leap forward, a glimpse into the future of high-performance engine design. With the 427's advanced engineering, Ford wasn't just keeping up with Chrysler, they were aiming to surpass them, setting a new standard for what an American V8 could be. With this revolutionary engine ready for action, all eyes turned to the track, where Ford's 427 was set to make its mark. The road to competition. Ford's 427 wasn't just a high-performance engine, it was their ticket back to the top of the racing world. Once the 427 was complete, the next step was proving its worth on the racetrack. Ford's engineers and leadership knew that an engine this advanced couldn't just sit on a test bench. It needed to be unleashed against the best of the best. The initial plan was clear: introduce the 427 to NASCAR, where it would take on Chrysler's Hemi in a direct head-to-head competition. The excitement around the 427's debut was palpable. Ford's racing division worked tirelessly to prepare their cars for the upcoming season. Test sessions showcased the engine's capabilities, and Ford's drivers were optimistic about their chances. The 427 was fast, reliable, and unlike anything Ford had ever brought to the track before. But this was more than just a racing effort. Ford's entire brand image was tied to the success of this engine. Winning in NASCAR would not only validate their engineering prowess, but also serve as a powerful marketing tool. The message to consumers was simple: if this engine could dominate on the track, imagine what Ford could do for your daily driver. However, the road to competition was not without challenges. Adjusting to the new engine's characteristics required a steep learning curve for drivers and teams alike. Fine-tuning the car's suspension, gearing, and aerodynamics to complement the 427's power became a critical focus. The team knew they had something special under the hood, but success would depend on executing every detail flawlessly. The 427 was ready, the cars were prepped, and the stage was set. Ford's return to racing dominance seemed inevitable, but just as Ford was gearing up for a triumphant debut, an unexpected decision from NASCAR threw everything into chaos. The ban that stunned the industry. Just as Ford's revolutionary 427 engine was set to dominate the track, NASCAR delivered a devastating blow. The engine was banned before it even had a chance to compete. In 1966, Ford was ready to debut the 427 in NASCAR, aiming to challenge the dominance of Chrysler's 426 Hemi. The anticipation surrounding the engine's performance was electric. Engineers, drivers, and fans alike eagerly awaited its arrival, confident that Ford's new creation would reclaim the company's place at the top of the racing world. But everything came crashing down with one unexpected decision. NASCAR President Bill France announced that the 427 engine would be banned from competition. The official reasoning? Its overhead camshaft design was deemed too advanced, too exotic for the sport's traditionalist roots. NASCAR had always prided itself on maintaining a balance between innovation and accessibility, and France feared that allowing the 427 would spark an arms race among manufacturers. Smaller teams already struggling to compete would be left behind in a high-stakes game of engineering one-upmanship. For Ford, the decision was a crushing setback. The company had poured enormous resources into developing the 427, betting on its success to rival Chrysler's Hemi. Engineers were stunned. How could an engine that adhered to the technical rules of the sport be disqualified simply for being too innovative? The ban wasn't just a blow to Ford's competitive aspirations, it was a rejection of their hard-earned technological breakthroughs. The move also highlighted the growing tension between manufacturers and NASCAR's governing body. By banning the 427, NASCAR sent a clear message: the organization, not the automakers, controlled the direction of the sport. This decision created lasting friction between Ford and NASCAR, casting a shadow over what should have been a defining moment in motorsports history. The ban silenced the 427 on the NASCAR track, but Ford wasn't ready to let their masterpiece fade into obscurity. While the ban forced Ford to rethink their strategy, the engine itself still faced challenges that needed to be addressed. Timing chain troubles, a design hurdle. The 427 was a masterpiece of innovation, but even great designs can have flaws, and Ford's 6-foot timing chain was one of them. One of the most striking features of the 427 was its serpentine timing chain, a 6-foot long marvel responsible for driving the engine's 2 overhead camshafts. While this setup allowed the engine to achieve remarkable power and high RPMs, it also introduced significant challenges, particularly at extreme speeds. The issue lay in the chain's tendency to stretch under high stress. As the engine revved up, the enormous length of the chain made it prone to misalignment, throwing off the timing of the camshafts. This misalignment could lead to performance inconsistencies or, in worst-case scenarios, engine failure. For a racing engine designed to operate at the limits of mechanical endurance, this was a serious concern. Ford's engineers worked tirelessly to mitigate the problem. Initial fixes included using stronger materials and refining the tensioning system to minimize stretch. However, racers and mechanics in the field often took matters into their own hands. Drag racing teams in particular began replacing the timing chain with gear-driven systems, which offered greater reliability and precision at high speeds. These modifications not only resolved the chain's weaknesses, but also unlocked even greater performance potential. Despite these solutions, the timing chain issue became a cautionary tale within the racing community. It was a reminder that even the most innovative designs could have their Achilles heel, and overcoming such challenges often required both engineering ingenuity and real-world testing. By addressing the timing chain's weaknesses, Ford and its racers turned a potential liability into a stepping stone for even greater achievements. With the timing chain issue resolved, the 427 found a new stage where it could truly shine: the drag strip, finding a new home in drag racing. While NASCAR shut its doors on the 427, drag racing welcomed it with open arms, offering a platform where the engine could unleash its full potential. Drag racing offered an open stage for experimentation, where racers and engineers could test the limits of new technology without the constraints of strict regulations. For 427, this environment provided the freedom to showcase its full potential. The NHRA's factory experimental class became a natural fit for the engine. This class allowed manufacturers to showcase their most advanced technologies while competing in a rapidly growing segment of motorsports. With its overhead camshaft design and high revving capabilities, the 427 quickly established itself as a powerhouse on the quarter-mile tracks. Racers like Don Nicholson and Connie Kalita were among the first to harness the 427's potential in drag racing. These drivers, already legends in the sport, used the engine to set new benchmarks for speed and performance. Kalita in particular became synonymous with the 427, pushing it to record-breaking speeds and earning the nickname the Bounty Hunter for his dominance on the strip. The 427's adaptability also made it a favorite among private teams and independent racers. Its high power output and reliability meant it could be used in a variety of vehicles, from lightweight dragsters to muscle cars. This versatility helped solidify its reputation as one of the most influential engines in the history of drag racing. In drag racing, the 427 found its true calling, leaving a legacy of speed and innovation that endures to this day. As the 427 gained fame on the drag strip, it wasn't long before it began rewriting the record books. Record-breaking runs. Powered by the 427, drag racers didn't just win races, they shattered records and changed the sport forever. Connie Kalita's record-breaking runs were a testament to the 427's versatility. Unlike many engines of the era, the 427 proved capable of excelling in high-stress short-distance bursts, a quality that endeared it to drag racing pioneers. Kalita wasn't alone in pushing the boundaries of what the 427 could achieve. The 427's adaptability in drag racing allowed mechanics to push boundaries, using custom setups to achieve groundbreaking results. From supercharged configurations to nitrous-boosted builds, the engine became the foundation for experimentation. These achievements weren't just about raw numbers, they also had a profound impact on the sport itself. The 427's dominance inspired other manufacturers to step up their game, fueling a technological arms race that drove innovation across the board. It also helped elevate drag racing's status, attracting larger audiences and greater sponsorships. The 427's success on the drag strip proved what Ford's engineers had always known. This engine was a masterpiece, capable of extraordinary feats when given the right platform. It wasn't just a response to the Hemi, it was a symbol of Ford's determination to push the limits of performance. From breaking speed records to inspiring a new era of drag racing, the 427's impact was undeniable, and its story was far from over. With its dominance on the drag strip secured, the 427 began to leave its mark beyond the world of racing, influencing everything from engineering to pop culture. Beyond racing, aftermarket success. The 427 wasn't just an engine for the racetrack, it became a crown jewel in the world of car restoration and the aftermarket. After its success in drag racing, the Ford 427 began carving out a new legacy, not on the track, but in the garages of collectors and enthusiasts. The engine's advanced design, incredible performance, and rarity made it one of the most sought-after pieces of automotive history. From auctions to restoration shops, the 427 became a symbol of engineering excellence that gearheads everywhere wanted to get their hands on. The 427 found new life in the aftermarket, where its reputation as a rare performance powerhouse made it a favorite for enthusiasts seeking to upgrade their vehicles. Its advanced engineering inspired an entire generation of rebuilders and restorers. Restoration shops also began specializing in retrofitting classic cars with the 427. Muscle cars like the Ford Mustang, Torino, and even classic Shelby Cobras were outfitted with this legendary engine, turning them into high-performance machines capable of competing with modern vehicles. The 427 wasn't just a collector's dream, it became a way to breathe new life into vintage cars. Beyond the parts themselves, the 427 inspired a new generation of enthusiasts. Car shows, clubs, and events dedicated to the preservation and celebration of the engine became widespread. Whether it was on the auction block or displayed under the hood of a beautifully restored vehicle, the 427 was a reminder of a golden era of American performance. The 427 didn't fade into obscurity after its racing days. It found a new home in the hands of enthusiasts who kept its legend alive. While the 427 thrived in the aftermarket, its impact wasn't limited to collectors. It also shaped the future of Ford's engineering. The 427's influence on modern Ford engines. The Ford 427 didn't just make history, it laid the foundation for the future of high-performance engineering. When Ford developed the 427, they weren't just creating an engine for a specific moment in time. The innovations behind its design, most notably the overhead camshaft configuration, had a lasting impact on how Ford approached engine development for decades to come. One of the most direct descendants of the 427's groundbreaking technology is Ford's modern Coyote V8 engine, which powers the Mustang GT and other performance vehicles today. Like the 427, the Coyote uses an overhead camshaft design, enabling it to achieve higher RPMs and smoother performance compared to traditional pushrod engines. The DNA of the 427 lives on in every rev of the Coyote, a testament to the far-reaching influence of Ford's engineering efforts in the 1960s. The 427 also set a new standard for durability and adaptability, qualities that continue to define Ford's performance engines. The influence of the 427 extends to Ford's exploration of hybrid and electric platforms. While its roots were in high-performance combustion, its lessons in efficiency and airflow management have been adapted for the next generation of engines. Even outside of Ford, the 427 inspired a wave of innovation in the broader automotive industry. Its success showed other manufacturers that overhead camshaft technology wasn't just a niche experiment, it was the future of high-performance engines. As a result, many modern sports cars and supercars owe a debt to the 427's pioneering design. The 427 wasn't just a response to the Hemi, it was a blueprint for the future of performance engineering, a legacy that continues to roar on modern roads. Beyond its technical impact, the 427 also left its mark on popular culture, cementing its place as an American icon. The 427 in automotive pop culture. From movies to car shows, the Ford 427 became more than an engine. It became a cultural phenomenon. The 427's roar and presence became a symbol of rebellion and unbridled speed, making it a natural star not just in movies, but in advertisements, television, and even video games, a timeless icon of automotive thrill. Its unmistakable sound and raw power not only captured audiences, but also became a defining feature of high-performance vehicles, inspiring generations of filmmakers and car car enthusiasts alike. One of the most iconic moments for the 427 came with its inclusion in the 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500, immortalized in movies like Gone in 60 Seconds. The engine's raw power and unique sound made it a natural choice for Hollywood, where it became synonymous with speed, rebellion, and the thrill of the open road. Whenever a car needed to embody power and prestige, the 427 was the engine of choice. The unmistakable growl of its exhaust pipes became a signature of cinematic car chases, thrilling audiences worldwide. The 427's impact wasn't limited to movies. Car enthusiasts across the United States began organizing events and gatherings dedicated to celebrating the engine and the vehicles it powered. Whether at Barrett-Jackson auctions, classic car expos, or local car shows, the 427 consistently drew crowds. People weren't just admiring an engine, they were connecting with a piece of history that represented the golden age of American automotive engineering. It became a centerpiece of collector culture, symbolizing an era defined by craftsmanship and innovation. Beyond the track and screen, the 427 became immortalized in automotive lore. From coffee table books dedicated to racing legends to collectible memorabilia, its story captivated generations of car enthusiasts. Songs and artwork celebrating American muscle cars frequently paid homage to the engine, embedding it in the fabric of car culture. Its influence even extended to modern-day restorations and recreations, as collectors and mechanics sought to preserve its legacy by building replicas or integrating its elements into contemporary designs. The Ford 427 didn't just change the world of motorsports, it became a cultural icon celebrated by generations of enthusiasts and storytellers. While the 427 left its mark on culture, its engineering milestones also reshaped the future of performance vehicles. It remains a testament to an era of daring innovation, where passion and performance came together to create something truly unforgettable. Engineering milestones inspired by the 427. The 427 wasn't just an engine, it was a masterclass in innovation that continues to inspire engineers today. The Ford 427 introduced groundbreaking technologies that have since become staples in high-performance engine design. Its overhead camshaft configuration was a bold departure from the norm in the 1960s, but it laid the groundwork for modern engines that prioritize efficiency, reliability, and high RPM performance. One key engineering lesson from the 427 was the importance of airflow management. The hemispherical combustion chambers, designed to optimize fuel and air mixture, became a benchmark for engine efficiency. Modern performance engines, from Ford's EcoBoost series to their Coyote V8, incorporate similar principles to deliver both power and fuel economy. Another innovation was the use of durable materials to withstand the demands of high-speed racing. The 427's robust construction set a new standard for engine reliability, proving that performance and longevity didn't have to be mutually exclusive. This lesson carried forward into Ford's development of engines for endurance racing and even consumer vehicles. Perhaps most importantly, the 427 demonstrated the value of thinking outside the box. By breaking away from traditional pushrod designs, Ford showed that bold innovation could lead to game-changing results. This mindset continues to drive Ford's engineering teams as they tackle the challenges of modern mobility, from hybrid powertrains to all-electric vehicles. The 427 didn't just win races, it shaped the future of engine design, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire innovation today. While its engineering milestones were impressive, the 427's broader cultural and historical impact would ensure its story lived on for generations. Cultural impact and collector value. The Ford 427 is more than an engine. It's a symbol of an era, a prized treasure for collectors, and a testament to American ingenuity. In the years since its debut, the Ford 427 has become a cultural icon, celebrated by car enthusiasts and collectors alike. Its rarity, performance, and role in racing history have elevated it to legendary status. The 427 isn't just an engine, it's a piece of American history, a time capsule from the golden age of motorsports. Collectors prize the 427 not only for its performance, but also for its scarcity. Original 427 engines are among the most sought-after items in the classic car market. Rebuilt versions often sell for tens of thousands of dollars, while pristine, unused examples can fetch upwards of $140,000. Vehicles powered by the 427, such as the 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 and the 1969 Ford Torino Talladega, are considered holy grails of the collector world, commanding sky-high prices at auctions. The engine's cultural impact extends beyond its monetary value. It represents a time when American automakers were pushing boundaries, innovating boldly, and redefining what was possible on the track and the road. For car enthusiasts, the 427 symbolizes power, freedom, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Car shows and vintage racing events continue to honor the 427, drawing enthusiasts from all walks of life. From local meetups to international exhibitions, the engine remains a centerpiece of automotive culture. Its rumbling exhaust note and raw performance capture the imagination of new generations, ensuring its legacy endured. The 427 isn't just a collector's item, it's a symbol of American automotive culture, a reminder of an era defined by speed, innovation, and ambition. While the 427's cultural and engineering legacy is clear, its influence on the future of the industry is just as compelling. Future implications for automotive heritage. As the automotive world moves toward electrification, what does the 427's legacy mean for the future of performance vehicles? The Ford 427 story is more than a tale of racing dominance. It's a lesson in how tradition and innovation can coexist. As the automotive industry transitions to electric and hybrid powertrains, the 427's legacy serves as a reminder of the importance of preserving performance heritage while embracing new technologies. One way this legacy continues is through the growing trend of electric vehicle conversions for classic cars. Enthusiasts are finding ways to adapt vintage vehicles, including those powered by the 427, to modern standards of efficiency and sustainability. By integrating electric powertrains into classic car designs, owners can preserve the timeless aesthetics and craftsmanship of vintage vehicles while reducing their environmental impact. The lessons of the 427 also inform the development of performance EVs. Automakers are leveraging the same principles of airflow optimization, durability, and high RPM performance that defined the 427 to create electric motors capable of delivering breathtaking acceleration and efficiency. Ford's Mustang Mach-E, for example, embodies the same spirit of innovation that drove the creation of the 427, proving that performance and sustainability can go hand in hand. Preserving automotive heritage isn't just about technology, it's about storytelling. The 427's legacy inspires automakers and enthusiasts to remember the roots of performance while imagining what the future can hold. From car museums to digital archives, the engine's story is being documented and shared with new audiences, ensuring its lessons aren't lost in the shift to electrification. The 427 teaches us that great engineering transcends eras. It's not just a relic of the past, but a guiding light for the future. Finally, we turn to the Ford 427's enduring legacy, a story of innovation, ambition, and its timeless place in motorsport history. The enduring legacy of Ford's 427. Decades later, the Ford 427 remains one of the most celebrated engines in American motorsports, a testament to the power of innovation and determination. The Ford 427 wasn't just an engine, it was a movement, a bold statement that American engineering could compete on the world stage. Its story is one of resilience, ambition, and the pursuit of greatness, traits that continue to define its legacy. From its rapid development as the 90-day wonder to its groundbreaking innovations in design, the 427 represents a golden era of motorsports. It challenged conventions, defied expectations, and left an indelible mark on racing history. While its NASCAR ambitions were cut short, its dominance in drag racing ensured it would never be forgotten. Today, the 427 is revered not only for its performance, but also for its cultural significance. It serves as a reminder of a time when automakers prioritized bold ideas and weren't afraid to take risks. For enthusiasts, it embodies the freedom of the open road, the thrill of competition, and the spirit of innovation that defines American car culture. Its influence lives on in every Ford performance vehicle, from the high-revving Coyote V8 to the cutting-edge Mach-E. The 427's lessons in airflow management, durability, and adaptability continue to shape the automotive world, proving that great engineering is timeless. The 427 isn't just a piece of history, it's a legend that inspires the present and shapes the future. And that's the incredible story of Ford's 427 engine, the 90-day wonder that changed motorsports forever. But what do you think? Does the Ford 427 deserve its legendary status? And what does its legacy mean for today's car culture? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating stories from the automotive world. While you're here, check out the video on your screen for more insights into car history and innovation. Thanks for watching.